Welcome. Ever heard the term vibe coding and wondered what it means? Let's dive into this increasingly popular concept in the programming world. Vibe coding is all about bringing a sense of personality, intuition, and enjoyment back into the development process. It's less about strict rules and more about the feeling. So what exactly defines vibe coding, and where did the term come from? Vibe coding generally describes writing code that prioritizes aesthetic appeal, personal comfort, and intuition over traditional, rigid coding standards. The term gained traction largely through social media and developer communities. The key aspects of vibe coding center on how the code feels to the person writing it. It's about achieving a code style that is personally satisfying and aesthetically pleasing. This approach often means bending or breaking established conventions and style guides. If a certain structure or variable name feels right or looks better to the developer, that's what they go with. Vibe coding heavily prioritizes the developer experience, focusing on flow and intuition. The goal is to make the process of writing code enjoyable and efficient for the individual developer. So, if you were to read some vibe code, what characteristics would immediately stand out? A common trait is the use of variable and function names that are less formal or more humorous, perhaps using slang or inside jokes, rather than strictly adhering to documentation standards. The emphasis remains on readability, but through the lens of the individual developer. The code should flow naturally for them, often leading to unique formatting and commenting styles. How does this approach stack up against the long-standing methods of traditional, standards-based coding? Vibe coding often directly contrasts with best practices, rigid style guides, and formal code review processes, which aim for consistency across large teams. Vibe code is inherently personal. Vibe coding shines best in personal projects, rapid prototyping, and small-scale testing, where only one developer needs to understand the logic and there's no long-term maintenance by a team. Beyond the code itself, vibe coding has become a cultural phenomenon in the developer community. The term is embraced with a mix of genuine adoption and humor. It's often a lighthearted way to justify a quick, non-standard fix or a personally appealing but unconventional code structure. It resonates because it acknowledges the creative and personal satisfaction aspect of coding, providing a space for developers to write code that they simply enjoy writing. So let's wrap up with a summary of vibe coding's place in modern software development. Vibe coding is a stylistic movement that celebrates developer intuition and aesthetic preference. While not suitable for all environments, it highlights the personal creativity inherent in programming. Whether you stick to the style guides or prefer coding by the vibe, remember that the most important thing is to create functional, manageable software. Happy coding!